Hello, I am IBX Toycat, and I am on the internet saying hello to you today because it is a live stream and I'm welcoming you to it in the slowest way possible. So hello, I'm IBX Toycat. Welcome back to another live stream on the internet, and you should be seeing me live right now, or in a video form. Hello, by the way. And today we're playing our first ever Minecraft Switch survival. And we'll be doing so on a Minecraft Switch old style world. I kind of want to use one of these seeds because they end up being a bit wacky usually when you make them old because they don't usually work. So what we'll just do is we'll take the vast desert oasis, the village island. You know, why not take that actually? Actually, no, that's a bad idea. Actually, not the aquatic update. No, that's still a bad idea. So we're going to take Tiger Bay. It probably won't work, but we'll take it anyway. And we're going to take this seed. Oh, we have to change the name again. We're going to take this seed and we're going to make one of the rather interesting concepts available in Minecraft Switch, an old world. So an old world is something that existed way, way back. So it only exists as a relic of Minecraft. Oh, I can't do this. It only exists as a relic of Minecraft Bedrock Edition's past. So it's B to go back. But yeah, basically it only exists as a relic because Minecraft Bedrock used to be Minecraft Pocket Edition, right? So because Minecraft Bedrock used to be Minecraft Pocket Edition, one of the things that you'll find is that the old style world type, the 256 by 256 worlds, are still available to this day because there are some benefits to them you might want. So survival switch. I was gonna go switch survival, but you know we've reversed it now. And yeah, we're going to be playing a survival world on this, and it's going to be interesting because, also, show coordinates, because that's just how we do things. And yeah, it's going to be a rather interesting little thing, because I haven't played an old world in a very, very long time. I have a realm that's based on an old world, but we're going to be doing it today because I want to have a Switch survival world to play on my Switch. There's not often, there's not many times I'm playing on the Switch that I won't be playing on the realm, but I want to have a survival world for that, so I figured let's get one going. So hello, I'm IBX Toycat. Look at my Discord hoodie. It arrived during the time I was gone. It said it was a letter. Like, I got a thing from my door that was like, you have a letter from Royal Mail. And I was like, I'll go and collect that then. And it was a Discord hoodie, which, by the way, go check out the Toycat Discord, discord.gg/Toycat. Hashtag add my... You know, do you have to say... Oh, also... My coordinates are super weird. I'm not even sure this is an old world. Also, yeah, one of the weird things about Minecraft Switch that is actually a genuine problem is the fact anyone can send an invite at any time, and unless I turn off messages for the entire thing, they'll show through. So what I'll do eventually, because they'll get really bad soon because I'm on a stream, and you know that's just what's going to happen. Send me a message, send me an invite now in the few seconds that you can before I turn them off and show up on screen, I guess. But yeah, the truth is they'll get bad soon, and I'll have to turn them off. But for now, let's just look around the spawn. So as you can see, oh, big thank you, Marimedic, for the £1 super chat. Welcome back to the UK. Did the heat hit you hard? How is the AC doing? Okay, so two things. Assuming you mean air conditioning and not alternating current, which you could very well mean. Also, big thank you to Big G Games for the 99-cent super chat. Awesome to see the support the moment I get back. Because again, I've been gone for like, 3 live streams, but a week and a half. I measure time in live streams. Don't judge me. But yeah, I've been gone for Oh, I got wood. Achievement unlocked. How nice. Oh, I haven't played any survival on the Switch with achievements turned on because I've been on the go a bunch. So I'd open the inventory, get me another achievement. I'm really good at these right now. Look at that. Oh wait, it doesn't give me the thing yet, but still, eventually I'll give it. Villager trading is in fact broken, says Jack Stifler. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things. You didn't make it an old world. Are you sure? Did I? Oh no! What totally happened? Is it? Yeah, you're probably right. I bet that's what happened where I forgot to turn it back down. Oh no, there is an enter. I was... Why do people do stuff like that in live stream where they're like, I'm going to make a ridiculous assertion, either because I missed something, or because I want to confuse them. I'm not sure which is more infuriating, But yeah, eventually what we'll do is we'll turn them off. But just now, just to show, because this is a real issue that Microsoft doesn't quite understand. Because there's two options, there's two options you have. Either be spammed, because anyone can send any number of invites, and they'll all show up, taking up that little... Look at that space! Look how much of my game screen is taken up by Mosquito Red, for instance. I don't like to give him attention. But yeah, it's the fact... I just want to draw quick attention to that. The only way to turn these off is to turn off all communication. You have to private your account. You have to make it so no one can send any messages, any friend request, any voice audio to you. And obviously, as a YouTuber who likes to play with its fans from time to time, that's not something I can, do. So, yeah, either you have to be spammed non-stop, which makes this noise. There's no way to turn it off. In the game, by the way, I'm playing on a Switch. This isn't an Xbox setting. Or I go on my Xbox account and I make it private. They're the only two options you have. Quick little bit of, publicity I want to draw to that before, publicity? That's the wrong word. I hate when people use the word publicity to describe, public things. I feel like publicity is a very, very specific subset. Anyway, I just woke up from a nap, so I'm going to be really tired. Welcome. So what you do is you connect to local network. You can't earn achievements, which sucks, but you get to keep your skins, I guess. We'll just do that instead. And I guess I can't get achievements when I'm playing Switch, because if I can't play with that noise, it will drive me insane. Also, yeah, discord.gg/toycat. Look at that right there. Click, click, click. Cat says cat. Right, that is what it is. That is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna move this over to there. This is my map. This is where I'm at. And yeah, what I want to do, I think I missed this one out. So I'm going to have a Switch world. I'm going to eventually expand it like I always do. But before I expand it, I want to have a huge wall around the world. That's right. I intend to build a wall around my Switch world. And you know, it's 3 years on now. But you know why we're going to do it? We're going to do it to make Minecraft Switch great again. And trust me, these jokes are aging like a fine wine. Definitely not aging like yogurt. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. We'll be starting the wall, I guess, because, it's better to start too early than too late. Is that true? Honestly, it is better to be early to most things than late. But there is a stage where that's not true anymore. Like, if I say meet me for dinner at 7:30, although 7:40 is a bad time to meet at dinner, you know what's a worse time to meet? 3 weeks ago from 7:30. There is such thing as being too early, and I feel like we need to have that be a thing in the world. One of the things that I'm really, really good for, I would say, over time, I arrive, on average, perfectly on time to everything I do. Like, if you average out all the times I'm early and all the times I'm late, that's just how I do it. I try to allot my time perfectly in life. It's just that sometimes means that I overrun, and sometimes means I underrun. Also, this is the weirdest terrain ever, right? Like, the very edge of the world is connected like this, which we'll actually mine out, because this could be a weird thing. Can others join this world, or is it for solo cat? Because I'm playing on the Switch, I don't understand how joining even works. I'll be honest though, also, did you see that? Oh no, never mind. I'm slow. I just woke up from a nap, like I said. This is the IBX tired cat, if you will. Look at that, coining a term. But yeah, so again, because I just got back from New Zealand, as you're all probably aware. Because I just got back from New Zealand, where the time zones are flipped, so everything is 11 hours for. Basically, if it's 7 p.m. for me right now, it would be 6 a.m. So basically, let's just say 7 a.m. So I had to flip my whole sleep schedule. And because of that, I'm crazy tired. Like, it's as if I've been staying up all night to 6 a.m. With only, like, a tiny nap in between. And therefore, as a result, a little bit crazy. But today's stream is to be crazy. Sometimes you're allowed to be crazy on the internet. I'd like to believe this is one of those times. So we got a furnace now. So I need to go get some iron or something like... Yeah, let's go find some iron. So where is the best place to find iron in Minecraft? I probably should have found iron in the same swoop that I found the thing, right? Yeah, that'd have been good. Also, I don't think there's any caves in the old world type. Like, there's so many weird things about this world type that I guess I'd love to focus on some more, because it's been a long time since I did like a seed style video on old. But yeah, another interesting thing about old is there's no caves, and there's no lava. There's diamonds, I think, on a higher than normal average. Oh look, it's got aquatic features, even though it's super old. Like, I have one river in this world, or 2 rivers. I have 2 rivers in this world, and one of them has... Okay, I have 3 rivers. I have too many rivers. For a world this small, you should not have 3 rivers. I have over the average number. But yeah, the biomes are a little bit smaller, or by a little bit, I mean like significantly smaller, which is a good thing. But yeah, let's go find some iron, because there's no caves. We're just going to look on the sides of these mountains. Oh, they're not even mountains, what are they? Like, these things? Big hilly style things? And yeah, basically because I've got the Destruction realm, which is still my favorite like old style realm, I want to do something different with this, and again, build a wall around the world of some form. Again, gotta make Minecraft Switch great again, and it's not an old joke. It's gonna keep on working. We're gonna. That's how this one's gonna go. It's like with any joke, you can only kill it. You can never kill a joke. You can only make it unfunny and then refunny again. It's like, I think I proved this point by retelling a joke like 8 times in a row. And by the end, everyone's like, you know, you need to stop, but I'm enjoying this. And maybe, you know, that's like a dangerous sentence to go for, I feel like. Is the 1.9 combat ever coming? Yes. They're being very slow about it. See, so I had this whole video idea, and I'm gonna still talk about this, but spoiler for the future. I want to make a whole video about one of the downsides to Minecraft Bedrock, because they have so many developers working on this game. They have I think it was 70, they said. If it wasn't 70, it's between 50 and 100. But they have somewhere in the double digits? Yeah, double digits. Is that what... I just woke up. I can't work out what you'd call a high number. A big number. Lots of people. Several. Many, you could say. They have many people. Lots. Working. You know, actually, let's just play. We have to... Okay, so we'll make some charcoal. And then we'll just mine down from here. This can be our mine. Because why not? You know, it's as good as place as any style mine, right? You know, actually, by the way, I just had the best snap. Can I just quickly... let's go on a quick ad break. So, I'd like to mention today's Toycat stream. It's sponsored by napping. So, I'm going to do like a ad break here. So, have you ever had the thing where you're tired, but you don't have enough time to sleep? Or maybe you're in a situation where you can't necessarily sleep at that moment in time. Well, this is, my friends, where napping comes in. So, napping is this great new service that you can find at napping.com/toycat, where what you do is you shut your eyes, and then you wake up like 20 to 40 minutes later. The idea being here that you don't go into REM sleep. REM is rapid eye movement, which is a weird thing when you look into it. It weirds me out, but it's not that type of sleep. It's not weird zombie sleep. Instead, REM sleep is where, okay, so we're gonna throw the charcoal in there, and then put that there. Instead, REM sleep is this wonderful new type of sleep. Actually, you know, I'm gonna keep both of these. Put that in up there instead. Oh no! Oh, look at that! The arrow actually just goes. I've never actually seen that before. The arrow slowly goes down. So yeah, you don't get REM sleep. You get the other type of sleep, which makes your brain feel super refreshed. Napping is great, says Kit Kats. It is even endorsed by Kit Kats herself. And yeah, if you want to try out napping, get a free 30-day trial at napping.com/toycat. That's right, napping.com/toycat. Thank you for all the great support you provide this stream. But yeah, so where is the aquatic update? June is already ending. It set. I mean, I made a video. They said not June. They didn't say anything but not June, which basically says July to me. But you know, I'm just an internet cat. What do I know? Well, actually, I mean, I know the things that have been said explicitly. Also, I'm really bad at using the controls in this game, so I'm gonna have to make some torches. I probably should have got some sheep going while it was daytime, but I didn't. So we'll do the generic caving thing. Except to make it more fun, we'll make like a... I've done this before, but like it's a fun type of cave to make. We'll make like the sideways cave that looks a bit like a heart. Because you cover more ground that way. And also, it removes some of the monotony, which is always good. Why sleep or nap when you can die, says Alazical. You're not... I'm spoiling this one, but Def is actually my next week's sponsor. It's going to be like, do you have chores you need to do around the house? You probably do, right? Don't you hate how, like, whenever you get home and you feel like it's your time, someone tells you to do something, or, I guess the adult version is like, something comes up, like your house starts burning down. Well, this is where Def comes in. Def is the innovative new solution, where instead of actually getting something done, you just die and you leave the responsibilities for someone else to deal with. It's this wonderful new thing. It was actually invented by the Germans and by the Russians, I guess would be a better thing. And yeah, it's this new solution that is sweeping the nation. And yeah, if you use code TOYCAT at checkout, you can actually get 10% off your first order of Def. And actually, here's the crazy thing. they've got this 100% guarantee. It will last a lifetime. So yeah, use diff, and I I hope this isn't disrespectful. I don't know for sure if it is. I like to imagine that, like, I think like advocating, like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna assume it's not. I'm gonna double down. Use code ToyCat, get 10% off. So have we gone through all the ads for today's stream? I I remember in my earliest Let's Plays, like years ago, I would always drink water. Like, you know, I have water right here, by the way. Because, you know, I feel like water is one of those things, like, you know, the problem with ads is they're always there to promote one product. I feel like we need to have, like, way more interesting ads, where it's like, guess what, instead of just talking about the product for 10 seconds or something before a video, what if instead, you know, like, what if we just made fun of the competitor? Or what if, you know, for instance, we had ads for random things interspersed in there, you know, like, today you see an ad for water, tomorrow you see an ad for a milk brand, like I guess if you just do like generic concepts. But you know, I think pretend ads should be more of a thing. There's this really great series somewhere on YouTube. I think it's by Adult Swim, I want to say. They're not a real channel in the UK, they're just a YouTube thing. But yeah, they've got some form of fake ads video, and you think they're all real, and then it's part of like a creator video. You know, watch it sometime. I just described a video right there, and I didn't tell you how to find it, where to watch it. But the one with the fake ads by Adult Swim, excellent. Would recommend. That's like saying, you know what, you should watch the YouTube video of the cat in it. It's really cute. Also, in case it says, naps seem like a good idea, but I can never really just fall asleep during the day. Or if I sleep 1 to 2 hours, I feel horrible when I wake up. The trick is to drink caffeine before you take your nap, because then the caffeine activates roughly when you finish it. And also, never to nap for more than like 30 minutes at a time, because you don't want to activate. If you get 5 minutes of REM sleep, it's like 100 times worse than getting no REM sleep, is my understanding. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm just an internet cat. What games are you looking forward to later this year? Says Steve Hankey. Honestly, all the Battle Royale games, I'm really hyped for. I've said it before, but like, the idea of having like new Battle Royales to play around with, actually pretty good in my opinion. I would like it if there was more competition in the space, because I'm just done with Fortnite, I think. And I know a lot of people are in the same boat and a lot of people are not, but like, I think I'm done with Fortnite, and I'd love to see what else is out there, you know? Like, I reckon Black Ops 4, what's it called? It's got a bad name. If we're being honest, it's terrible. It's like Blackover. It's, you know, there's some mainstream publisher games coming out this year, and I'm curious. Like, I would love to see if they're good, even if they're only fun for like a little bit. I'm hyped regardless. Yeah, they're the only games that come to mind. I'm sure there's other stuff, like there's some parkour game. I forget it. I think it's Dying Light 2. And like, you know, I care about parkour vaguely enough to care about this. But yeah, that's how things are. Realm Royale's coming to console. Yeah, that's a big one too. Like, when that comes to console, I will play the heck out of it. I recently only got back into Fortnite, says Dead Channel. Yeah, Fortnite is you know, it's one for me, I have waves of it. It doesn't, the underlying gameplay isn't changing enough for me to like it. It's the same game, the same map, the same, and then like, but the problem is I feel like over time, the way people play the game is getting more and more annoying. And that's like, you know, I don't know if there's a solution to that. But we're not here to just talk about Fortnite. We're here to talk about my sponsors, which include water, by the way. Water is the great new solution to that feeling where you think you're going to die because it's so hot in the UK that you genuinely might. You get a real risk. Like a dog in a car, sorry, not a car and a dog. A car and a dog also has a good chance of killing the dog. But a dog in the car is something. I actually don't know why that works. I think it's something to do with like the heat getting on the seats because they're black or something. You know, I'll look it up sometime. But dogs die in cars, and toy cats might die in the heat too. So make sure you don't. Also, I've been mining so long and I've only gone like 20 blocks down. I think we can say this mine was a failure. About now. Yeah, we missed like a lot of the key things that would make this a real mine. So we'll make a few diagonal walk steps, because that's what you call them. And that way we can like kind of correct it later if we want to. And then we'll just kind of like head down from here. So there we go. That's probably enough space to fix it, right? Actually, that's too much space. Let's let's unfix that. There we go. So let's just work from here. Start going back down, and maybe find some more coal, some more iron, just some stuff we need because I want to chop down a bunch of trees, and I'll make a wall. Is the next sponsor electricity? Says Cool. My next sponsor is going to be internet. So, are you bored of reading the newspapers? I bet you are. Have you heard of the internet? It's like the news, but instead of trying to tell you how you should feel about major public events, it's actually a bunch of cat videos. So yeah, go check out the internet. It's this new concept. No, honestly, okay, you know, as someone who as someone who was in New Zealand for a week, because in Australia and New Zealand, there's just this weird concept. I don't know how this got past anyone with a brain. Or I guess it's smart actually in its own way. But most internet plans in New Zealand and Australia have data caps on them. So there's a certain amount of internet you can use, and then it runs out. That's right, the internet runs out. Like we're living in a world where like there's only 6 internets available for the humanity, and we're like we can only load 5 more web pages, and then it's all gonna go down. And then someone's just like, okay, well, you know, it's like we're living in a world like that where they're like rationing out the internet between people, and because of that, I have a new appreciation for the internet. They're like, you know, there are starving people in New Zealand that could do with that internet that you throw away. Every day you waste so much internet on memes. And if you just donated 1% of that internet to New Zealand, then they would be able to, you know, watch some YouTube videos. That's how it works now if you have AT&T. Then don't have AT&T. Any internet provider that caps you, you know what? Don't. Like, that's the solution, right? If they're like, we'll give you 10 gigs of internet a month, then you say, no, I'd rather have 0 than 10. I don't know. Imagine if your taps only came up with 1 liter of water a month. And they're like, well, you have to buy the Water Plus package if you want more water. And it's like, whoa. You mean, what? Do I have to go to the store and, like, what is that? You know, that is how ridiculous that is. Sorry if you live in rural America where that's a real thing. I know it used to exist way back in the UK on, like, the lowest plans. But it was just so wildly unpopular and no one wanted it that, like, it stopped existing. I know, that's my thing. It's like, you get jet lagged. Yeah, that's why I've been napping, even though it's 7th. That's why this stream is earlier, actually. So my argument, I've redecided the reason is because there's the big England versus Belgium game, which is a big game, even though it's inconsequential. You know, I don't claim to understand sports or the reasons behind sports, but that's the new official reason that the stream is at the weird time. But it's really just like I couldn't trust myself to stay awake till 8, and my body can't trust itself either. So I figured we'll do this stream instead. Okay, now we're above ground. We got some more time. I have to go kill a sheep today, and we'll also go. I am so bad at just doing basic things in this, and we'll also go and we'll get a finger. So yeah, meme montage. You know, that's pretty rough. So I can't watch your opinion on recent memes. Are there any recent memes? Like, what? I mean, we got, like... I don't know if we do have many recent memes. I feel like memes are, like, in a perpetual state of being about 3 weeks to 3 years old, you know? There's like that perfect time span. Like, if you just make a picture of my face, then is that even a thing? I don't know. I don't even have a Switch yet. Maybe you should get a Switch. Love how Toycat says water essential to life to the internet. Yeah, you know. I think I was wrong that comparison. I would rather have limited water than limited internet. If you gave me that choice, I'd take limited water in a heartbeat. because at least you can buy more water from the store. At least when your tap doesn't come out of water, you've got time to do something. When you don't have internet, how do you buy more internet? You go onto the oh, can't buy more internet because I need internet to do that. How do you tell people I've ran out of internet? Oh, don't have the internet. I might call them on my landline telecommunications device, you know, dial in the number on my old rotary phone. No, you don't, like, you can't contact people to tell them you can't contact them. You can't buy, you know, like all the essential things in life. Oh, do you have a bill that needs to be paid? Bad news for you, because guess what? That requires the internet. Actually, I mean, they're mostly automatic, but like, if there's a thing you need to do, chances are you need the internet to do it. Are you me and do literally all of your work from the internet? Guess what? Your workplace is burned down because your internet's run down. Sorry, I was really bitter about it. I couldn't stream. I had like all these plans. I brought all this stuff to New Zealand. And then it's like, guess what? We give you 2 gigs a day, and that's apparently generous. So I'm gonna stop talking about it though, because I'm sure, like, you know, if you live in New Zealand, you're already angry. And if you don't, you're like, what is this nonsense? Also, GG Willy 7, the Hufflepuff Ninja Wolf. That's a really confusing long name. But thank you for the $2 super chat. Love you. Hope you have a nice day. You know, I love you, and I hope you have a nice day too. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. It means a lot, Mr. GG Willy. It's always cool to see someone come out of the blue. Because one of the things that's always scary about live streams is the chat, right? I love chat sometimes. There's a lot of good chat. But there's also a lot of, like, confusing chat. And a lot of, like, you know, it's live stream chat. It's like if someone took, like, a bag of, it's like, you know, if you went into a supermarket and you were blind and you bought 5 things and then you cooked them and put them together. You're not going to get something bad. It's still good. It's just like, it's not necessarily representative of what food is. You know, like, if I take some pasta, some pizza, some ice cream, a salad, and a piece of broccoli and put them together, like, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, there's gonna be a taste to that thing, and it's gonna be tasteful. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. But yeah, it's just not. It's the same thing in live stream chat, where like everyone's inputting. Some people are inputting like really cool things, and there's a lot of stuff. Oh, like, when can I look forward to a 2-cat travel vlog? Because I literally couldn't make it in NZ. See, I'm abbreviating now. I'm too cool for regular New Zealand terms, so I have to, you know, I say it too often, so I have to tone it down to NZ. Also, thank you so much, XM64, for the $1.99 super chat. So, Cat, are you scared of toasters? And to answer your question, yeah, actually incredibly scared. I actually picture toasters every time I shut my eyes. And no, I'm not scared of toasters. I will say, you know, genuine fear here. Because, you know, I can't say I'm too scared of toasters because I am sponsored by Toasters as a whole. That's right. Next time you've got bread and you think, this would be nicer if this was maybe warm and maybe brown, like in my case, and covered in butter, go to your nearest toaster, turn it on. That's right. Put it on setting 4 through 10. I go to setting 7. I know people hate this. Setting 5 is a good middle ground, and 4 is what I go through if people are like, you know, like anti-burnt toast purists. But you know, 7 is where it's at. 7 is the correct toaster setting, and it is delightful. Actually, I realized toaster dials are different on every toaster, but 7 on my toaster is pretty legit. So yeah, that's right. Go to your nearest toaster. Use code TOYCAT for 5% off your next piece of bread. I guess 5% off a piece of bread that you've already paid for just means like 5% less bread, which is actually what happens when you toast it, isn't it? You know, this is the genius behind my marketing. It actually is. It's not even incorrect. It's not even incorrect. So we're gonna make a. Actually, you know what? Should we make a house? I guess we probably should, right? His real fears are showers. I'm telling you, we should be more scared of showers. But the toast goes down, and you have no idea when it'll pop up. But no, so the reason I'm scared of toasters is because you know, when toast burns, it like lights up. I've had smoke go through my kitchen so many times, And it's like, you know, the amount of toasters that have like almost tried to kill me is like suspiciously high. Burnt toast is evil. I'll not take the abuse of bread. It doesn't have to be all burnt, just a little burnt. Like, if it's just purely burnt, then it tastes bad. But if you've got a little bit of like, I'm trying to describe it. That's the word in my brain for the amount of correct burnt toast. So, do you think I could tell a waiter that? Like, I like my toast like, if you could do that, please. You know, is there any restaurant that like, like both has a waiter to ask you how you like your toast and also serves toast? I'm not sure there is actually. Also, Kiss says they don't have a reason for caps, do they? Do they have the infrastructure to follow the internet? Because they're pretty much big islands, even far from most places, the internet and the oceans. So here's the logic is okay. So what am I going to use? A bed, right? There we go, a bed. So yeah, there actually is a logic behind it because you say they're like islands, so they need the big cables. So yeah, all of the internet, it's really scary when you look into it. Even the internet between the UK and the US, so North America and Europe, I want to say, there is 33 undersea cables connecting the two continents. If you cut those 33 cables, the two continents would be continents. You know, I woke up. I can't say words. The two continents would be entirely cut off from each other. Which to me is scary, at least. Like that's a pretty wild little thing. But yeah, so by the same logic, there's only a small number of cables to New Zealand and Australia, but they do support the same amount of internet, generally speaking. There's a lot of like data stuff that's hosted there, but the thing is the amount of internet that the long story short is theoretically, if everyone used 10 times more internet, they would have to install more cables. They'd have to install better cables. But most companies in most countries just do that. The idea behind data capping is that most people would never reach the cap anyway. Like, I bet your grandma doesn't use 10 gigs of internet a month, and either does your aunt, or either does your granddad. And, you know, a lot of people don't use the caps. And by limiting everyone, you can kind of limit the internet a little bit without really affecting too many people. And therefore you can keep your costs down. Because although you don't have to, like, more internet doesn't cost them more money. If everyone uses more internet, they need more physical infrastructure. Which is why at peak times, most internet gets slower. Because there's only so much internet to go around. But anyway, there you go. Long story short. Do you hear memes being banned by the EU? I haven't looked properly into it, but I think it's not true. Whenever you hear something as ridiculous as, like, memes being banned, you always have to, like, take a double take. And I think in this case, it's because the EU doesn't decide copyright law that it's not true. Like, they decide copyright guidelines, and I think they're changing the guidelines. But because the EU is not a sovereign country, I mean, that's debatable, actually. But, you know, there you go. Fun facts of Toycat. We talk about toasters and the EU. What a nice... There's a big overlap between the two, if we're being honest. I mean, I imagine toasters are regulated by the EU, and I imagine someone in the European Union, like staff, uses a toast sometime. So it's a thing that makes sense. So you weren't able to do the travelog? No, yeah, I uploaded most of the files, but I couldn't download them because I ran out of internet. Like, I was doing it. I'm gonna make the travel vlog. Like, I've made it, but I can't. It's not even a travel vlog. It's like, you know, I'll spoil my video. I want to make, so, I made that video 3 months ago, or I made a video. I'm not gonna assume you watched it. It was like the longest 5 flights in the world, and one of the things I learned was that the longest flight in the world was from Auckland, so New Zealand, to Qatar. It's pretty insane when you look at the distance on a map. But because I also wanted to fly of Qatar again, because I had such a wonderful flight the last time, I found a flight deal, I decided to do it. And that whole video is going to be like ultra long haul flights. Because there's a whole category of flights that, like, if you take an hour-long flight, that's different to taking a 6-hour flight. We can all agree on that, right? That you just need different comfort, you need different, like, you know, you need more food, you need, like the airline has to provide it. There's all these different things you need on a longer flight to have a more comfortable flight. And on an ultra long haul flight, like, there's a difference between a 6-hour flight and a 15-hour flight. The whole video is going to be about You did watch it. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, the whole video, I wanted to just talk about, like, what the deal with ultra long haul is by doing it, you know? Because I made a video about, like, 199 flights, the Ryanair thing, and I was like, let's go on it. And, yeah, if the video does well, I want to make a video about first class, too. Because, we're talking about planes now. Deal with it. Planes, the EU, and toasters. Easy ways to describe the Toy Cat channel. But yeah, like, I also want to make a video about first class, because, like, first class is a concept, which is basically dying. Like, it's kind of a ridiculous concept when it comes to, like, okay, so we'll have the business class for the business people. We'll have the economy class for people, like, you know, I don't think anyone ever describes what it's there for, but, like, you know, for normal people. And then we'll have first class for people who think that those business people with their nice beds and whatnot are just too low class for them. And yeah, I want to make a video about how weird and almost ridiculous it is at the same time. Because yeah, eventually, like, you know, there you go. That's enough of a sales pitch. I make a lot of flying videos. It's one of my interests, honestly. That's why I like having the second channel. Like, sometimes I'm just like, this. Maybe it's because I'm a YouTuber. Maybe the same thing that led me to be a YouTuber makes me do this. But I find there's a lot of subjects where I'm like, you know, I need to share these thoughts of the world. I spend so much time thinking about really weird, vague problems. And that's the whole thing. Do you fly first class? I've never flown first class, actually. I'm going to do it precisely once and probably never again for a video. But I'm using points, so it's effectively a free flight. And actually, I'm taking a friend as well. You know, I'll explain the video, but there's gonna be the coolest thing in the world, where I'm gonna be flying. Eventually, in like a month and a half, I'm gonna fly first class precisely once. Oh yeah, in America they call business class first class, so that confuses things even more. But there you go. Let's let headline talk. Now you know. When will Minecraft Toaster Edition be released? It's gonna be pretty soon, trust me. Hey Toy Cat, your compilation yesterday on your 6-year-old ball was really cool. Would love to see more of those. Do you mean the compilation video made it sound? I was like, what compilation video did I make? Are you going to be confused with someone? But you're talking about the I don't know how to describe it. Like the Ender Dragon. I killed the dragon, right? Except it was broken. How many planes have you been on? I wish I kept track, but like somewhere in the. I think it probably just reached 100 recently. Because I went on 6 planes in the past week. And yeah, I imagine it's gone over 100 very recently. Where are you flying first class to, says Casey? To Japan. The funny thing is, though, it's... Again, I try not to mention too many details. Because, like, there's... If the first thing someone ever hears is this, they're going to be like, what the heck is that all about? But it's the worst first class. No, wait, it's you know, I'll mention it in the video. But yeah, I'm flying to Japan. It's going to be a really interesting experience. Because, like, it's going to be the epitome. And then from there, it's like... Because, again, because the idea of first class is... It doesn't even really make sense. As a concept. Like, it's... Even the concept is a bit weird. But yeah, that's the thing. I'll be exploring in August. And I'll make a whole video about why first class doesn't make sense. Because again, on the surface, you'd figure, like, you know, there's got to be enough rich people who want to fly and have you know, if you make any product expensive, surely someone will buy it. But I don't think that's true when it comes to certain things. Japan should be fun. I'm excited for Japan. I try not to get hyped for things until they're close, because if I get too hyped for Japan, I'm gonna kill my already hype for New Zealand. And, like, given that I just flew back, I'm like, you know, I'm not going to bring back planes right now. I had a really, like, you know, long story short, but I had, I ran into some issues on my flight home. And, you know, after how many hours it was, 17, that was a bit much for me. So we're going to make a house. What airline are you flying on? British Airways, the most British of it. So, okay, you know, here's a pro tip. If you ever intend to fly any amount in your life with any non-budget carrier, but I like budget carriers the best, because they're just like, here you go, here's a price, we'll get you there. but non-budget or whatever you want to call them, just the old airlines that existed back when like flying was for, flying economy was for wealthy people. What am I doing? I don't know what to pick a house out of, honestly. You have to like pick a loyalty program, really early on, and then you have to stick to it. And because British Airways was just like, I live in the UK, as you can imagine. Now it means that whenever I fly with any other airline, I get my points there. Long story on how and why. But it basically meant that like I could fly first class with them and basically only them. Because yeah, lots of fun things. But let's stop talking about flying. Again, I know it's like a really niche interest. I know people hate it on the inside. They're like, you know what, so I can. It's funny, most people, I think statistically, most people, and even surprisingly most Americans, given the size of America as a country, have never been on a plane. So I might as well be talking about like, actually I think it would be just as bad as if I talk about like buses to someone from America, where like that's just a weird concept, right? Like, you mean like a car you share with other people, the homeless, I don't know, I was gonna say the plebs. I think that's a British term though. So yeah, should we make a house? I think we should, right? So how do I make a house? Chat. Actually, what I want to do this right now. Chat. We're gonna make a house, and I'm gonna give you two choices, and you can decide between them. So, I've got a bunch of granite, so I could make like a. Okay, let's do this vision together. Oh, I've got face cam on. I didn't even realize this whole time. Hi. Hope I didn't pick my nose or something. Hello. I'm a person. Oh wait, look at my hoodie. Discord. I said this earlier. Just woke up. It's fine. Discord.gg/toycat. Go check it out. Pow 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 pow. Flying is so expensive here in America. Just Kit Kats. Oh yeah, that is actually the reason. I always forget that one. I generally, it's insane. So okay, we're gonna make a house of some form. So I'm thinking either like a diamond house, or like I want to make it a really weird house. So we're gonna make either hexagon house. Chat. There we go. I was miming a lot of that, so if you didn't hear it, then I don't blame you. Make it out of communism, says Alazaku. Okay, so we're going to have a dirt house, and then we're going to have a dirt house next to it. Then we're going to have a dirt house next to that. But yeah, no, the other idea I'm thinking is to make a mountain house. So, like, to make a mountain around the house. And that's a really weird idea, I know. But it's one I kind of like. So yeah, can you hear me now? Okay, so two ideas. Either I'm going to make a hexagon house. Actually, wait, I'll make it like a hexagon, like some form of hexagon, but like with more points than a hexagon. Or a mountain house. So in chat right now, say one of two words. Hexagon, mountain. Hexagon or mountain. Type it in the chat. Most picked, most voted, most said. The thing that people are saying the most is what we'll do. It's okay. Do you like communism or democracy? It's kind of funny that you phrase them as separate things right there. Kind of says all you need to say about it, right? Don't make a house there with rated. I usually like not making a house, but people are just like, you need a house in Minecraft. You've got to do it. It's a requirement. So, okay, we got mountain house, dirt house, hollow out hill. I'm going to make my own mountain, I should mention. Like, I'm going to make a mountain and then make the inside of the mountain a house. Mountain, hexagon mountain. That's how we'll decide a stalemate. So, okay, mountain looks like it's in the lead, but we're going back for hexagon. No, we're back for mountain. We're back for mountain. So, yeah, it started early hexagon, then went to mountain. A few more hexagons. But I'm just seeing mountains non-stop here. Dictatorship only here. Kick ass. Damn straight, right? Hexa-mountain. You know, we're going to make a mountain, but as a consolation to everyone who didn't pick mountain, we're going to make it very slightly hexagonal. So again, it's been a while since I terraformed, but we should be able to do this effectively. So the side that we're going to have the biggest issues with is this one right here. So this is where we'll start, and then we'll kind of move onwards. Okay, so we're going to just include these trees, because we can chop them down later. Because we're going to make the inside out of cobblestone. And then the outside out of dirt. Because that way you can see how fake it is. On the... Oh, whoa, that was weird. See, the Switch controller has this weird thing where sometimes it disconnects and it continues doing the last thing you did. So I walked forwards all the way off that block despite only nudging forwards. Pretty weird thing. So yeah, we're going to make a mountain. We have to be really careful about how we do this. But it's going to be vaguely hexagonal. Very vaguely. So we'll go all the way for here with this. Out to there. And I think that's, you know, yeah, we don't want to be too ambitious with this mountain. Because whenever you get too ambitious with anything, it eventually causes issues. Which are going to, oops, probably not good. How did you accidentally join a school group in New Zealand? Oh, okay, there's so many stories actually I want to tell. So let me tell the story of how I accidentally became part of a school, an American school, for a little bit, like maybe an hour and a half while I was in New Zealand, because it was the weirdest thing. And I don't know. Let's tell the story. So I was in a place called like I'm gonna try and say it, and you're not gonna have any understanding of what I say, but it was called Tepua, like it's P-U-I. It's a Maori word. It's like a native language of New Zealand because they speak English now, but because they're English, not because, you know, long story on that one. But so I was in a place called Tepua. Tepua. Again, it just makes sense. And what the guy there, like the guy at the counter, is like, oh yeah, for free with this you get a tour of the place, but the tour's only every hour. And I'm like, well, it's 2:30. And he's like, I really recommend the tour. It's how you get good value from the thing. And I was like, you know, that's a good sell, man. You know, I clearly need to do this tour. You're right. You know, like, so, okay, so we got our little hexagon going. Now we'll go this way a bit. So, yeah, the guy is just basically like, you know, you really recommend the tour. And so I said, yep, okay, so I just have to meet here at 3 p.m., right? And he's like, yeah, meet here at 3 p.m. And because I had half an hour, I was like, I'll go on a little walk of this place, right? Why was there an American school in New Zealand? There were lots of American schools in New Zealand. But again, more on that later. So, basically, yeah, so I agreed to meet at the tour at the start of this place at 3 p.m. I walk around the place, but it takes some time because it's a huge, it's not like you're picturing a museum right now probably, but it's like a park, like just filled with stuff at geysers and whatnot. And I'm walking around, I'm just like marveled by it all. I'm going pretty fast, but I realize I've got like 8 minutes to make it back, and it's easily a 15-minute walk. So I do a little bit of a jog, then I walk, a little bit of a jog. I stop to go see some kiwi birds, and long story short, is by the time I get back, or by the time I'm almost back, it's like 3:03 p.m. or 4:03, whatever I said it was. It's like 3 minutes past the hour, and I'm like, okay, the tour group has met up, and they've already left, so I'm gonna have to try and like meet up with them somewhere else, right? Like that's a thing I'm gonna have to do now. And because of that, I was like, I was like, okay, we're gonna look around for them, and I see this big group of people, maybe 30 wide. I'm like, oh, that's the tour, right? So I join in the back of this group, and you know, like no one notices. They just like, you know, they just make space for me, like you would. And the guys there talking about like, oh yeah, so these guys used to kill each other, and because they didn't have weapons, like, you know, bullets and guns, they just beat each other to death with. And it's like, oh, that's an interesting lesson, Mr. Man. You know, and then he's like, oh, and here's how you could say it, and like, ha 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 ha. And then he says to me, or they says to the group, okay, now we're gonna go inside there, and I'm gonna teach you some ancient ritual. And I was like, this is a really good tour. Like, I'm gonna learn, you know, like I'm gonna like physically see about some form of like ancient Maori ritual, and it's like, wow, this is you know, this is quite the thing. And I go inside, and as soon as I'm inside and like the door's shut, I'm like, oh my god, this isn't the correct group. Because something about the building made it seem a bit off. But as soon as I get inside, I realize, like, everyone here bar 10 people, they're like teenagers, and that's a suspicious amount given, how many teenagers go to a place by themselves. This isn't the general public tour, because then everyone else is like significantly older. And I'm like, this isn't just the regular tour. I think this is a school group right here. And that was confirmed because I sat down. I sat, like, realizing that I was trapped in there, and I just had to kind of go with it. I sat down the back, hoping just like, no one will look back at me. It's all good. I'll just sit. I'll watch through this. Then I can leave, right? And, yeah, one of the teachers sat next to me. We spoke a bunch, and then she explained, I was like, oh, I'm from London. She's like, oh, I lived in London for a few years there. And her name was Kate, by the way. And basically she explained, like, I'm a teacher at this school. And this, that. I assumed you were one of the guides. And I was like, well. And then the tour guide's like, I assumed you were one of the teachers. And that's, yeah, basically, do you know what a hexagon actually looks like? I mean, this is a hexagon, right? There's two types of hexagon. Oh, I've made an octagon, haven't I? Oh, my bad. We'll just round off these edges over here, and then that'll be fine. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So this will be the entrance over here, actually. So we want to deliberately leave. Actually, no, we'll carve it anyway, and then we'll remove it later. You're right. I have made a huge mistake here. I have made. Let's keep pretending. But yeah, so then the guy's like, oh yeah, one of the guys thought I was a tour guide, one of them thought I was a teacher, and like everyone in the class was just like that. And yeah, long story short, as I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm not, but I'll pretend to be for a bit. And I had to sit through this entire school thing. And yeah, long story short, I accidentally got involved in a school. They thought I was a teacher for a bit. And at the end, I said, sorry, it's the teacher. And she's like, Andrew, because we learned each other's name, everything happens for a reason, And I was like, that's the most ominous thing to leave me with. Just like, accidentally crashed your school group and, joined your whole, activity session. Because, when a school goes to a museum, it's, a different thing to when a regular class goes, or, a regular set of people goes. And, yeah, because of that. I don't know, it was pretty strange stuff. So, Kat, for a brief period in 2017, why did you change your intro from hello to okay, so... I don't think my intro was ever okay, sir. Oh, wait, no, you mean, so, yeah, no, the idea was, instead of saying hello, I think the idea of YouTuber intros is really weird. Because you always, I don't know, do I need to introduce myself at the start of every video? You've probably watched at least one video before. And if you haven't, it says down there somewhere, right? IBX Toycat. You can work out who I am quite easily. I just felt like introducing yourself in every video, it's such a weird thing to do, I was just I was having a moment where I thought, why am I doing this? And so we'll place another block right here. Gotta have some layering to this, because otherwise it's not a mountain. And yeah, so I was just I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna do this for the sake of doing this. Sounds like you got a better tour than regular group. I totally did though. Kit Kat. The thing is because it was a school group tour. We did this physical thing where I made an heirloom out of flax, and we learned about I learned about some really, because again, let's be honest, the way you teach teenagers things has to be more entertaining than the way you teach adults. So it was oh yeah, so they beat each other to death with the clubs. When you went out to battle, you'd die from a broken skull. It'd be caved in slowly. And it's that's the cool stuff. That's what I want to hear. That gets me interested in this historical group of people that otherwise I'm not hugely interested in. And yeah, the guy was pretty cool about it. He makes jokes to get you into it. Yeah, I would say for sure. If you're ever going to a place, I was gonna say a museum, but a place where they teach you things and they have a tour, go on the school tour, accidentally or on purpose. You'll get a better experience every time, I have to imagine. So yeah, my mountain is coming together quite nicely, right? It's a bit big. I was going for a small mountain, and somehow I've got this huge one anyway. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta make a mountain out of a molehill. Actually, maybe I should have a mountain inside the mountain. Like, that would be a good idea, right? Mountain inside the mountain. No, I think I'm thinking too far. Like, this is already such a huge build project. And I'm just here like, wouldn't it be better if this was even bigger? So this side will go up really... Actually, no, not this side. I think this side should go up pretty quick. No, this side here will be the steepest. And then the front will be the least steep. So we want to go up like a couple of blocks every time on this side. That's how we'll do things. So place a couple of blocks there. A hexagonal mountain. A hexa-mountain. A mountagon. A mountagon. There we go. Nailed it. We got the name sorted. So I should be placing these back blocks because we have to remove them later. But yeah, we want to just have really steep mountain going up here. Because this is like the... You need to have a steep side for mountain and a less steep side. That's just mountain science, you know? And then... Oh, it actually is really tricky to make a properly functioning mountain just because you waste so many blocks. But yeah, here we go. We're all good. We'll have a single block here. Andrew, can I call you a toy cat instead of Nightbot harassing me? Nightbot probably shouldn't be harassing you, and it probably isn't. The only times it does is if you spam emojis or caps. Hi Toy Cat, says Joey Leak. Hello, Joey Leak. I like your name. I think I like your name. I'm fairly sure. If I don't, then I'll update you as soon as I can. You know, today we were going to try and build a wall around the world. Instead, I got, like, caught up with this mountain. Like, I'm glad that I did. I think it's cool that we're doing it. But it's also not what I set out to do, so maybe it's a mission fail. Or maybe it isn't, you know? Who am I to judge myself? Besides, you know, myself. And I guess that's a question without an answer, isn't it? So yeah, we're going to go up 3 blocks here all at once. Just because, you know, mix things up a little bit. Then we have to leave a block there. And, you know, this is turning into a bit of a mess, but I think I've just about evened it all out. There we go. So yeah, let's give it a quick look, because we have to go mine some more now. But for now, we've got like a reasonably good mountain system. It's just the problem is we're going to have to like have it all converge somewhere at some point. You should make a channel where you make more adult-rated content. I think talking about toasters is the most adult stuff you can do, right? Like, if we're being brutally honest about the world, then the reality is that there's so many adult subjects that you just don't deal with in real life. Like, you know, like toasters, you know? Should you buy a good one? Should you buy a bad one? Should you burn your toast or not? These are the really important things. If this is a hollow out mountain, it should have a waterfall on the inside and a small pond on the top, says Crab Dog. See, there's a cool idea. I like that one a lot, actually, Mr. Krabby Doggy Dog. I know it's like dog and not dog, but you know, you're a dog mixed with a crab, as far as I'm concerned. So we're gonna quickly go mine some more stone in the least efficient way possible. There's probably a really, actually maybe, so, oh, okay, so fun fact, you can't make enchantment tables until you expand your world. And I can't expand my world until I make Minecraft great again or whatever. So we've got some issues that are going down, which is fine. Everyone has. Oh, look on the map. You can. Sorry, I'm getting like crazy distracted from one point to another. You can see my mountain start from already. Doesn't that look like a hexagon? Chat, does that look like a hexagon, or does it look more like a heptagon? Because I'm seeing the heptagon angle. If you're seeing a heptagon, I don't blame you. But personally, I'm seeing some good stuff there. And if we make it below my house, which I am right now, then that's a good thing too. So mine over this way a little bit, and then we'll just hollow out a huge area. Actually, yeah, let's mine up into my house, because that just seems like a smart way to do things. What happened to that massive Q&A? I mentioned it in the thing. I did want to record it with my garbage audio. Tomorrow I'm just gonna sit down for an hour and record it. I think it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a whole thing. Look, I'd say I'm looking forward to it, but that's mostly just like, oh god. Wait, it's tomorrow? No, tomorrow's Friday. I'm still probably gonna do it, but maybe not record the video tomorrow. It's gonna be it's gonna be a thing. Hectagon, heptagon. It looks like a head. You know, I can actually see that. Should we make it look like a head on the map? Wait, that's a really good idea, right? It looks so. What if I'm gonna make 2 mountain pools because we already agreed like we'll have a pool in it. We'll make the paws look like eyes, and then we'll have like some form of a mouth feature. So in person, it looks like a mountain, but on the map, it looks like a face. You know, these ideas just... I mean, they're all accidental ideas, but they keep on coming and they keep on coming. And they keep on coming. And they're getting better each time, I think. Oh, a little bit of lag right there. So yeah, frame rate when it comes to Minecraft Switch is definitely a great thing. But there's always these little jots. And also, I didn't figure I'd be... Okay, let's just grab me some dirt. See some light, so I'm not so blind. Oh, what's that? Am I right below my mountain? Like, it's really weird that I can see these particles so clearly and nothing else. There we go. Yeah, I was literally right underneath the mountain. What are the odds of that? Quite low, as it turns out. So we'll start hopping up the other way now. Oh, can't see anything again. It's like, literally nothing, you know? And we'll go underneath it. It's weird, because under here you should be able to see so much, but you just can't. So, bro, do a Let's Play Minecraft, says Brian. Guess what this is? It's like a Let's Play, but it's live. You're watching a Let's Play. That's what this was all along. It was a trick, it was. I said it was all about the small world type. But really, it was a ploy to make you watch my Let's Play. Now you feel very silly, don't you? Have you ever wondered why we agree that certain subjects are too much for children? I mean, you can understand why, like, you don't want to talk sexual subjects with a child. I think we've all agreed as a society, like, there's a certain age where you deal with that, and it's not 6 or 10. You know, the certain, like, you know, that's a thing we've worked out. I think there are certain adult subjects, like, you know, I guess, you know, like, bills that just don't apply to a child. Like, you know, if I complain about, you know, the mortgage subprime interest rates, then I guess that's probably not a thing. I mean, that's not a thing that anyone cares about, but it's especially not a thing that a child cares about. So I think that's why certain subjects are probably child. Like, I don't know. Like, the thing is like if you're talking about things that like are okay for childs, all it is like vague emotions. Just be like, oh my god, if I fall off this building, I will eat 100 slices of toast. Oh no! Oh no! Like, you know, that's you just make fake over the top reactions, you know. That's just how you do it. I like how the view count made a little. I shouldn't look at it like it's bad. Pro tip for streaming: never look at the view count. But it actually went up slightly as I did that. Like, people love the suspense of that. So Kat, one day you can do a live stream specifically for Q&A. I tried to do a Q&A live stream once. The problem is it doesn't work as a concept because you know, brain fart. Oh no, it didn't work as a concept because there are too many people asking questions. Like, I literally can't read the chat to answer the questions. And a part of Q&A is like being able to filter them. That's why I'm doing like this thing where I'm answering every question, because there's going to be some garbage questions. In fact, most of it is going to be me answering questions where I'm like, oh. But that's, you know, half the point is to prove, like, you know, this is what happens when you have unfiltered Q&As. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. So I think this is probably as high as I want the mountain to go. So we'll place one more block up here. And then this can be the top. And I'll make the top wholly out of dirt. I won't have cobblestone underneath it. So now we just need to get to that high, but all around. So over here, for instance, we can do it in a slightly less high way. This is a wasteful way to do things, but we'll do it regardless. Oh, that's not good. And then we'll have another thing. We need to really, like, smooth out the gradient a bit, I think. Because right now it's a bit too hexagonal. So, yeah, what we want to do is just have, like, every other block. We'll do this instead. And then the next block can go around, maybe. Yeah, something like this from time to time. It helps the mountain seem more natural, I feel like. Then, yeah, just like a few gaps here and there. And then the curve for this has to be managed, like, especially well. So, we'll have... Oh, geez, I've done this horribly wrong. I think we want to have this go further out, even than it is right now. So like this, and then bring it in a bit. So I've got 31 cobblestone left, that's all good. Like that, for instance. And also we'll have like a few odd blocks around here. Like, you're not... You always want to have a little bit of randomness when you're making mountains. Just like, don't make anything look too formulated. And you can see how like it goes from looking like a bunch of rows to looking like, oh yeah, actually, pretty plausible little mountain there, isn't it? That was probably not too good. Like that, for instance. There we go. So just a few random blocks, like just here and there. It makes everything look so much better. And stuff like this, you have to have something in there to make it more unbroken. You know, terraforming with Toycat. Now we know more. Key Dollar Hat is a bad singer. I agree. Is the stream ending soon? Says Laurie Tolentino. It does need to end soon because I need to sleep very soon. How soon, you might question, is, I don't know. I realize we've been going for an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah, nice stream here, right? I want to get the basic shape of the mountain sorted. Maybe even the mountain itself. Like, it's one of those funny things where it's like, I should stop streaming. But I'm also very addicted to Minecraft. I love when Minecraft can do this to you. When you can have a lot of fun, like doing the good stuff. 180 people watching does not mean 180 people in chat. Yeah, the truth is most people who watch a live stream don't chat, which is a good thing, I think. Well, not a good thing, but it's a good thing to realize. Because, again, if you think chat's the only ones watching, then you're... Alexa, stop! She's telling me about carnivorous species. What did I ask? What did she hear from what I just said? You look like Drake Bell. I think that's the best compliment I've received. Actually, wait, let me Google Drake Bell. Because I'm assuming you mean from that dude from, what's his name? Drake and Josh, maybe? Am I getting that wrong? Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Drake and Josh. Wait, he was... Oh, no, in a voice. He was in Fairly Odd Parents. Weird. Anyway, so... I think that's the best one I've received. You know, most people... Like, being a YouTuber makes you really appreciate what you look like. Because everyone can see it. And you know, in real life, you get that one guy who's just, like... a bit too honest about something that they totally shouldn't be. Where they're like, oh, wow, man. I'm surprised that, like... I can't even think of, like, a good example of it. On the internet, everyone is, like, brutally honest. Alex just wants to inform you. I don't know. I feel like that's a vague threat, right? Like, here is a list of animals that could kill you on a moment's notice. The tiger. The hummingbird. I guess the hummingbird's not carnivorous. It should be. That'd be a serious thing. It's okay, you just activated my Alexa. Sorry. To be fair, I think, pro tip right here, change your Alexa's name to Echo or Amazon, I think you can do. Because that way ads don't set it off. Because so many ads like take advantage of that just to screw you, and it's like, you know, I hate you as a company. Not gonna buy your products because you screwed me. I recommend using mossy cobblestone, smooth stone and gravel to make it look like it was generated naturally. So, I mean, using gravel is against my beliefs. I do not believe in gravel, so that's not a thing we can do. Toycat, do a 24-hour gravel live stream. It wins on Twitter every time. It would be wildly popular. I can't decide whether I hate or love free speech. I was thinking about this one, and I think that the reason, you know, actually, not this is too deep. But I was trying to work out why, you know, like stuff like YouTube where you can directly talk to someone are both really good and really bad at the same time. And I guess it's the long story short of, like, when people work together, you get better things done, but at a great cost to those people. Like, you can make a better world if everyone is working together. But it's worse for the individuals that make the world. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like if if I buy a cat, that's bad for the cat and good. You know, this analogy's going nowhere. You know, this is too deep for Toy Cat. So instead, I'll just say, you know, I think we should all buy less cats, or more cats actually. You know, let's all buy the same amount of cats we're buying right now. That's the correct amount. Because honestly, you know, one of the things that annoys me is how many people, like, because I had a friend who, like, he was one of those guys who, like, cared about everything in the world, but he just kept letting his kin have cats, and it's like, that is one of the worst things. Like, can we all agree that, like, buying a cat is both a bad financial decision, and also, like, terrible because so many, like, already existing cats don't get homes, and two, letting your cat that you got for free or bought or whatever have kittens is like, I don't know why. That's like one of the few issues in the world that actually drives me crazy. Of like, you know, we kill so many cats and you're buying a new one. Anyway, catalysm. That's the one. So we're gonna just remove a layer of dirt from this mountain because we're gonna need it in a little bit anyway. Because it also makes it look like I made this thing a bit higher than I did. It's a small touch, but it's one I'll appreciate, I think. I love your second channel, says Abdullah Tabanya. I'm still working on that vlog. Why? I mean, by working on it, I mean the files are somewhere. I need to download them and put them together. I'd say I'll do it off this stream, but I'll probably fall asleep after this stream. If I'm being painfully honest with you. My cousin rescued cats and put them in a tiny cage. I also can't decide, is it better to have a, you know, this is too deep. Let's not. So, I have one large cat that equals about 3 regular ones. I'll agree with that, Kit Kats, actually. You know, one... well, that cat is the volume of 3 cats. Which means you're doing a good thing for the world. By having 3 cats. Also, good to know I'm not the only late person. The stream is basically finished. But you know what, just for you, Logan Ferguson, I'm going to extend the stream a little bit longer. An extra 5 minutes. Just for you, man. So, Kat, why do you hate gravel when it's in grass? Oh, it drives me insane when people mix gravel with grass and say, look how good this looks. And it's like, no, you've created an abomination. Oh, hello there, Mr. Zombie. You've created an abomination, and you expect me to compliment it? Where'd the zombie go? It's like, no, you are... Oh, God, there's the zombie. And it's like, no, you are not getting praise for this nonsense. But people keep doing it. Someone's telling them it's a good idea to do it. Oops, that's not a good idea. Oh, gosh, it's still there. So we're just going to remove these blocks right here at the edge. Because they're not necessary anymore. And they give us a bit more cobblestone to work with. Like over here, this wall's looking really messy. Like these floating blocks, we don't need them. Oh, we need that one, though. It's really hard to work out what you do and don't need. But I'm going to guess I don't need this one. Or this one. And probably not this one. Yeah, okay. And that one I do need. There we go. Do the same thing over here. This one's probably unnecessary. And now we got a whole 16 cobblestone back. So yeah, that was a really efficient way to go mining. In fact, maybe I should just go put it back. I've heard this horrible Chinese restaurant where they kill alley cats and fed people, claim it was Chinese people, and then thank God they got closed down. I think stuff like that is really rare. And it's also like, even in China, I learned about this recently. Because, you know, I tried to learn about China. Like, it's a big part of the world. You know, like 1 in every 6 people is Chinese. Which is, that's still a stupid statistic in my opinion. It's actually even more than 1 in every 6. It's like 1 in every like 5.8. But one of the things, like a lot of people know about the whole dog meat thing because people in China sometimes eat dog meat. But it's like it's known as like trucker food basically. Like it's like how like people. Have you ever tried? Okay, this is one of my favorite guilty US pleasures. Have you ever tried the 39-cent jerky? It's like got cheese or like jalapeno sauce on the inside. It is delightfully. It's called like reconstructed meat. What are they reconstructing meat from? How can you? I don't know what that term means, but it's reconstructed meat, and it is delightful. You need to try some if you haven't already, because that's a thing. That is a thing. Mint or fruity flavored toothpaste. We don't have fruity flavored toothpaste. At least I haven't ever seen it. But I like mint because mint actually leaves your mouth feeling fresh. Whereas I imagine mint isn't going to do that quite so much. Yeah, maybe I'm in the wrong here. But it doesn't seem like it would. So we're going to have this go in there. And I think, yeah, one more layer up. We've just about nailed this one now. So, oh, okay. And now we can start placing some dirt on top. Because you can, it's pretty cool looking at the map. You can actually like see the stuff all kind of combined. Target the base in China. Simple reactor. Okay, I did all that is. 1 in every 7 billion people are a toy cat, says Alazacool. That's not even an incorrect fact. Not even incorrect. That's beautiful. I will say it's interesting though. One of the things about live streams though. That was worth the fall. You know, I'm just gonna get away from the creeper, mine some more stuff, and then come back. But one of the things I realized about chat recently is that on a technical level, the people who chat are worth more not only because they're helping the stream, but also because like the whole way the streams financially make sense is because of super chats or whatever. You know, in the same way regular videos, like, oh yeah, you hope enough people watch them and adverts magically make a thing work. It's like, oh yeah, well, enough people super chat or sponsor. Which, by the way, I was expecting to lose sponsors while I was gone, but a couple new people joined. So thank you to the brand new sponsors on the Toy Cat channel. I love you very long time. And thank you for... I don't know how you found the thing, but you did, which is great. Why can't gravel actually look like real life gravel, says Cutters B. I mean, what does real life gravel look like? When you really dig into that question. What is real gravel, you know? What is gravel? You know, baby don't hurt me no more. It just doesn't make any sense. P used to have less render distance, so worlds seem bigger. Actually, I'm curious. If I've got 14 chunks of render distance, that should mean I can see the entire world from the top of my mountain. Theoretically, because a world is only, 16 chunks across, and I'm at least 2 chunks away from the edge. So yeah, let's see if that's true, actually. Okay, we'll place a block there, and then across to here. See, the hexagon's kind of like fading as we go in, which is a good sign. That means we did something right. I guess this we have to like push out at least a block. So we'll go around it, place a block here, then there. And then we'll head back in. Again, you want to have like some depth going somewhere at the top here. Then we'll have it go down for a few blocks. Actually, no, we'll have this go forwards for a few blocks over here. So it's 2 blocks high, and then it's 1 block high. And then it's 2 blocks behind that. Yeah, this is just about making sense. So I ran out of blocks now. So before I go here, though, I want to also place some dirt at the top here. Because every block here is going to have grass along it. Besides at the very top here, we're going to have dirt be on top. So I'm assuming I'm going to do it like this. Again, I'm not entirely sure. But this is just like, this is going to make it actually look like a real mountain. I think I'll use dirt on the top rather than... because if I use dirt, it'll look more like a face rather than grass. So I have to make sure grass never touches this, which will be it'll be its own little challenge, I'm sure. But yeah, there we go. We've now started, at least, on the little face part of the whole thing. And that means that it's really coming together now. The creeper is coming for you. Yeah, if I just fall off, I'll totally die. It's a real problem. Will you make a live streamer for World Tour subscribers? Yeah, I want to do a... So here's the deal. Let's work out if people can join my Switch games easily. Because I really want to do a another UHC stream soon with people who know what they're doing. Oh wait, there's no way to kick people from a game yet, right? You have to use slash kick, and I don't think that works by default. Yeah, we'll just have it be entirely flat on top. So again, this looks really weird without the prerequisite bits around it. But so far, at least, that creeper is like sniping me down there. Look at him. He's just following me. If I fall, bad things happen. Is the long story short. Oh, that's not good. But yeah, so Cat, what are you building? It's a mountain. It's a hexa-mountain. A mountagon. But yeah, the way streams work is really weird. Because, you know, like, I guess the way anything on the internet works is weird. It's like, you know, traditional companies are like, we have a product, we'll sell it to you. Or in the case of, like, TV shows, we have a thing, we'll sell it to someone who will sell all of them together to you. Whereas of, like, you know, YouTube videos, it's like, hopefully you can convince someone to watch this. Or, like, you're watching this, makes YouTube convince someone else. Because we need 50,000 people to watch this every single day to make rent or whatever. And like live streams are like, hopefully you want to have your message on the screen, or you want to get them sweet toy cat emojis, and you want a sponsor to do so. And yeah, I don't know. It's I guess the economics of anything are really weird. Like the way that things make sense to be done by a person. Everyone just assumes that like things just happen. I mean, not assumes, but like in the absence of other data, you assume. But the truth is, things be complicated, yo. So let's go kill the creeper now, as my last act today. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. Give it a like if you liked it. Give it a share if you really liked it. And consider subscribing, or even sponsoring if you're new around here. Because I make videos and live streams like this every single day. Actually, I live stream every Tuesday and Thursday. See, like 2 for Tuesday, 4 for Thursday. At 8 p.m. UK time. UK time varies from year to year, from month to month. It's late. I can't do this anymore. Do things that you think I might like, if you want me to like those things. If you want to do things that I might not like, then go on Twitter and tell me that you thought something was wrong with the stream. Thank you, Mr. Bapathy, for saving me from my ended thought. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Jolly good day. Lovely weather, isn't it, chaps, says Bapathy. Yes, the weather is quite delightful in my part of the country. I found at the golf club that, I don't know, I think golf clubs are more of a Trump thing than a British thing now, which is sad. But yeah, the weather is lovely, chap, indeed. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. How many more sponsors till Jurik's goal? I think we've got 22 sponsors right now, and I think if Jurik gets 100 by the end of the year, then he'll get a Five Guys. So if you want Jurik to get Five Guys, make sure you sponsor the Toy Cat. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.